So you might be thinking to yourself, should I switch out my old fluorescent tube lighting with LED lighting? Is it worth it? Am I going to save money in the long run? Is it going to be brighter lights? Will they last as long? I have replaced several fluorescent tube lighting with LED, and I'm just going to share with you a couple of reasons why you might want to make the switch. Behind me, over here, you can see this is a fluorescent light. It's got two tubes, a total of I think 68 watt usage. Over here, you've got an LED light, which is about 58 watt usage. Now, I don't think you can really tell because there's such good auto exposure on this camera, but the LED light is actually a lot brighter. Maybe I'll turn off some more lights so you can kind of see the difference a little better. So now I'm turning off the fluorescent tube light. Look how bright that LED light is. Now I'm going to turn off the LED light. I don't know if you can tell just how much darker it is in here, but it's a lot darker. Now there's just the LED light, and it's still quite bright in this room. So a few reasons you might want to consider changing to an LED light. This light uses, 10 watts less, and it produces probably 150%, 200% the amount of lumens. It's a lot brighter. Also, just to buy a fluorescent tube light, to get the fixture, you're looking at probably at least $15. Could be upwards of $50 depending on what kind of fixture you're getting. And then the tubes, they could probably cost a few dollars each time you have to replace a tube. And the tubes have mercury in them. It might be a small trace amount, but there's still, maybe 3 to 5 milligrams of mercury in each light tube. LED lights, they don't cost that much nowadays. Like this shop light, if I remember correctly, I think I got this one for like $30 at Menards. And this one's like a smart light. It has a Bluetooth speaker, really good ones actually. I can go on my phone, click on Bluetooth, pair it instantaneously and start playing music and listening with really high quality speakers from my lights. It's pretty sweet. Another thing to consider if you are sticking with fluorescent light tubing is that you need a way to recycle it. Now, sometimes cities or even businesses might have free recycling, but if not, you might be looking like we were looking at going and having to recycle our old fluorescent light tubes for $1.50 per light tube to recycle them. Since they have mercury, you're not supposed to just toss them in the dump. You gotta dispose of them in the correct way. Another reason to switch is that LED lights usually come in this nice plastic casing, kind of all in one, and they're super easy to put together. You don't have to put them together really, you just plug and play effectively. Now fluorescent tubing on the other hand, they're quite fragile. There's a lot of glass. If you drop it, it's gonna make a big mess. You've got mercury like dust in the air. You've got, shards of glass. If you have kids, it could be a hazard as well. Also with fluorescent tubing, you often have flickering going on. And a lot of fluorescent tubes, not all, but a lot of them, you can hear an audible buzzing sound. You know what I'm talking about. When you turn on the light, it's like bzzz. LED lights and fluorescent lights are both pretty energy efficient in my opinion, but I would highly recommend going with LED. They're more energy efficient, they're less toxic, and they're quite cheap, and they're just easier to use. And if you have children that are going to be around it, I feel like they're less hazardous, and they're brighter. I mean, look at this. I'm under one LED light and it is just lighting up my life right now. It is super bright and it's using up less electricity. So in the long run, I think it's going to save you money. It's going to save you hassle. The other guys, they're just a pain to get rid of. They're a pain to use sometimes. You have to replace them. They make a buzzing sound sometimes. Sometimes there's flickering lights. They can dim more easily over time. They have mercury inside of them. So what are your thoughts? Are you going to switch from fluorescent to LED? If so, why? If not, why are you not going to switch? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope to see you in our next video.